and again and again, and until his was the only stand left. At which point 3 mariachis walked by, not singing, but munching away on pupusas. Oh man, he marched on down to the pupuseria and he sucked up all those tasty pockets. At which point a hipster girl walked by, nibbling a slice of pizza pie like a rat on a cracker. Oh man, he sucked up the whole pizzeria and most of the building attached, and the water mains burst and sparks flew, and people screamed, "Ah!" and the sirens roared to the block, and the police surrounded Manny, clubs aloft. But man, he sucked them up, and he sucked up their cruisers and vans and snarling dogs. Then he sucked up the buildings and wires and poles, and he sucked up the sidewalks and sewers and streets. Then he sucked up the whole city. Then he sucked up the whole world. Then he sucked up the planets and cosmos and stars. And then Manny, he stood quite alone on a field of desolate white, with a vacuum in one hand and his sorry hot dog cart in the other. At which point a man appeared to Manny. The man was short and tall. The man was fat and skinny. The man was ugly and handsome. Oh, the man was black and white and yellow and red and brown. He was an everyman. And he snatched the vacuum from Manny's hand. And he spoke to Manny in Mayan, which, as you know, was Manny's native tongue. He said, "What have you done?" Oh, Manny lowered his head and replied, "I don't know." And the everyman said, "I shall have to punish you for this, Manny." And folks, Manny agreed. And the everyman thought for a moment and said, "I shall send you back to the place of your birth 1,000 years before you were born, and there you will live out the rest of your days." And just like that, Manny awoke, as if from a dream, atop a pyramid, his back on a block, his hands and feet were strained. Below him were writhing masses screaming for his blood. And above him was a familiar face, grinning a vile grin, none other than that of the cleaning lady, wielding not a feather duster, just a razor-sharp shard of obsidian. Meanwhile, the everyman on the field of white pointed the vacuum straight out and powered it into reverse, and out popped the planets and cosmos and stars, and the earth that fell right into place. And the city streets lined up all square in a grid, and the people, they hit the ground walking. And alas, the vacuum sputtered and coughed, and believe me now, folks, as I swear I've never told you no humbug. That night, all across the Mission District, it rained down a torrent of pizza pie slices and pupusas and bacon-wrapped hot dogs, all smothered in onions. And down the street walked the cleaning lady, Manny's soul buried deep in her pockets. And she snagged the hot dog right out of the air, and she took a big bite, and she snickered. "Damn, Manny, these things suck." Thanks for listening to everybody. Tune in next time for another episode. Also, that story is published in this month's episode of Cash Beat. Good night.
And now we have Helen Robbins before Owen and Al and Stephanie and Phil and Delta and me. So Mr. Helen Robbins is coming to the mic with this hours.
Copy that. Two blasts from the past this time. First we go back more than 1,000 years for the Ballad of Sir Patrick Spens. One line from this is used as an epigraph by Coleridge in his poem Dejection and Ode, which is a wonderful poem about being uninspired, which just happens to contain the best exploitation of the credo of the Romantics, and I have to figure out how to present it somehow because its length makes it not easy to do here. Anyway, this is the Ballad of Sir Patrick Spens. The king sits in Dunfermline town, drinking his bluid red wine. Oh, where shall I get a guid sailor to sail this ship of mine? Then up and spak an Eldrin Knicht sat at the king's rish to me. Sir Patrick Spens is the best sailor to sail upon the sea. The king hath written a brad letter and signed it wi' his hand, and sent it to Sir Patrick Spens was walking on the sand. The first line that Sir Patrick read, a loud laugh laughed he, The next line that Sir Patrick read, a tear blinded his ee. Oh, why is this hath done this deed, this foul deed hath done to me, to send me out this time of the year to sail upon the sea? Make haste, me merry men all, our good ship sails the morn. Oh, say, my master dear, for I fear a deadly storm. Late yestreen I saw the new moon, with the old moon in her arm, and I fear, my master dear, that we may come to harm. Oh, our Scots nobles rich were left to meet their cark-heeled schoon, but when, era, the play were played, their hats they swam aboon. And long may the ladies stand, with their fans into their hand, before they see Sir Patrick Spens come sailing into land. And long may the ladies sit, with their gold kems in their hair, afore they see their own dear lairds, for them they'll see nae mair. Half o'er to Aberdour, it's 50 fathom deep, and there lies good Sir Patrick Spens, with the Scots lairds at his feet. Thank you, and now, near 300 years ago, is this one by John Gray, Ode on the Death of a Favorite Cat, drowned in a tub of goldfishes. 'Twas on a lofty vass's side, where China's gayest arts had dyed the azure flowers that blow, serenest of the tabby kind, the pensive Selima reclined, gazed on the lake below. Her conscious tale, her joy declared, the fair round face, the snowy beard, the velvet of her paws, her coat that with the tortoise vies, her ears of jet and emerald eyes she saw, and purred applause. Still had she gazed, but midst the tide 2 angel forms were seen to glide, the genii of the stream, their Tyrian armor's scaly hue through ridges purple to the view betrayed a golden gleam. The hapless nymph with wonder saw a whisker first, and then a claw. With many an ardent wish she stretched in vain to reach the prize. What female heart can gold despise? What cat's averse to fish? Presumptuous maid, with fixed intent, again she stretched, again she bent, nor knew the gulf between. Malignant fate sat by and smiled, the slippery verge her feet beguiled, she tumbled headlong in. 8 times emerging from the flood, she mewed to every watery god some speedy aid to send. No dolphin came, no Nereid stirred, nor cruel Tom nor Susan heard. A favorite has no friend. From hence, ye beauties undeceived, know one false step is ne'er retrieved. And be with caution bold. Not all that tempts your wandering eyes and heedless hearts is lawful prize, nor all that glisters gold.
Couplet delayed, thank you. All right, Owen, then Al, then Stephanie, then Philip, then Delta, then myself, then Richard coming back to the open, and then David will be the final open mic reader before our series of features, and then we have several poets thereafter. Give them a nice round of applause.
Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
a room full of nouns. A squeak of mice, the noise nouns make. The room full of fears, the tears try to run to the rain for silence from the noise nouns make. Once upon a day, the rebirth of take and give, the reason we forgot to. See more to reason for the season, a season to reason, we yearn and pine. For away there is noise, the noise nouns make. Noise and nouns, the nonsense of sounds. We listen and search the heavens, the moon and clouds penetrate the dark sky. I will ask why and what we listen to, and well, the noise that nouns make. Envoi. Nouns flow from my loins like flowers. A metaphor, the king asks is meant for more than heaven. This house of images belongs to someone else. Two more poems. Turn up your heart, the moon is full. The morn of the moon is in morning. Another poem. I'm like a boat snoring at the morn. Poema appassionata. Set this house on fire. My thrust sets the world on fire. I sometimes think I am at the top of high achievement and excruciating responses. High excitement and high achievement. Only Henry James. History is dark. Another poem. The icy trees in North Beach I cannot reach, for I am just a small boy that is yet to be obeyed. Another poem at Starbucks. People peruse like Christmas shoppers after Christmas. A sign on the bus says, not in service. People march and walk quietly up and down 3rd Street in the year 2014, familiar and ordinary. No, the air has been clean of envy and metaphor and a certain love of loves. Another poem. My poems plot on the pages like a racehorse, like a plow horse that pretends to be a dashing thoroughbred. On the eve of a reading, there are people over there, as I lose my mind to a pronoun. At the beach, the sun sets as though a child had drawn it. Raise it like a crayon, glimmer to the sand. The waves squiggle and giggle, undulate underneath a passive surfer on top of days and daisies. The sun sings a song in the soft wet sand. I'm almost afraid to run to the water, and yet wet up to my ankles. Song at Starbucks. The day presses onward. My lips concentrate on the blaring trombones and conga drums that remind me of far-off ecstasy and dancers. Yes, the pulse of dancers that move and sway, that carry on with the day's tedium and romance. Goals and visions, the mad pulse that cannot cease if the sky has stopped being blue and gray, if sirens stops blaring and making the noise to end all noises, the noise that penetrates all pleasure and silence. The streets are a serene jungle that jangles all that jiggles and jangles, that jangles the jungle. Away, atop the world, the debris is a rubble of cinders and the adjustments of it all. You are reborn 1,000 times. Ball and chain struggle with night and stubble to show for it all. Grub and make, double or nothing. That's the way it is. The gall, the nerve, you wind up meaning nothing. It's all around, that's the best you couldn't do. A bubble is, I try to burst and hope it will not pop. And start, that's how it goes along. Merry men learn from their mistakes. They stop and go. Routine faults lie at that. Nary a hair, that's what I wonder at. I try by not trying to put my head in the sand.
Thank you, Mr. Owen.
Thank you very much.
The damn beeps. Where the heck are they? The damn beeps. I do beeps every once in a while.
Several more poems from my book, The Eternal Christmas. My life chopping, лунча на повороте, new got a light chopping. Cool it before a coyote eats you up like a goat. Use you one more coat, like a chartreuse green, and set like a chagrin. Poland is drilling you, bravo, like Mikhail Burana is his gypsy tent. My life chopping, it seems, the accidental chins of some nocturnal sirens stick out again in silence. He'll give me a call, but perhaps it was just a hint he was making, when taking the reins and smaking, he joined them in his verse. That card with the bread he carried was painted in some azure tint, but the cause for me wasn't scary. It was the most usual thing. I even sometimes could sleep between his legs while he waited. He just a fish. He just like fish contemplated with his big eyes every my flip. But God didn't keep in his hand all those who are wicked and bold. So where is my cold, old man? You'll get it, please hold. When he took to the store his receipts, I from my seat didn't get down, as his grandson I was perceived by all the golfers in the town. Thus smell by the bakery everything, the mayor and the door and the dust at the door, and he smelled with the bread as if verifying how busy he was with his chores. But when all times came near the promise he never broke, he melted away, disappeared, vanished, and perished like smoke. I not wait for raids. Life's warm and relished, and in its memory all things fulfilled. Since from its branch, like a holy relic, the autumn leaf fall under someone's will, dispattering us with the droplets of events. There are some souls are burning in the miles, and only then we are ignored and faint when we come here to spend a little while. When the moon is sitting on its haunches in front the veins gaping open to fortune, and someone dopey's wife to you is stronger than dust is in the plenilun. Caressing stems of amber grass and blowing of wasps in the urge, as like with the deck plates of guitars, I'm nice with tenderness of birds, and not disturbing their paleness Bright colors fill my eyes and grow like in the filled, entirely filled up pen case, the crayons laying in a row, but on the sunset of my days, ways to fulfill my wish arm brief among the birds' transparent shades to catch the color of your breath. Oh dear.
Yeah, that's fine.